Hello, I'm Daniela. In today's video, I'm going to show you a simple technique to personalize ribbon, painting hearts onto grosgrain ribbon. You'll use acrylic paint that you probably have on hand, and it's a great addition. It allows you to personalize the ribbon. It helps you so you don't have to purchase heart printed ribbon at the store, and it makes it unique and particular to your project. So if you don't want red hearts or pink hearts, you can use any color you like. I like the variation this gives me. I can print a string of them and have a long piece of ribbon that I can use in gifts, like to wrap it or make a bow. Or I can cut out the pieces into like postage size stamps of these individual hearts that are painted and use them in my slow stitching or my junk journals. It's a fun piece. It's a nice way to have a quick little project where you create something unique for you. You can tailor it to the color and the size and the abundance of hearts that you like. So let's get started. So I know you can find ribbon for Valentine's Day, but if you don't want to, or you want to personalize it so it's the actual colors for your book or your design, this is an easy way to do it. So here are some examples where it's just painted grosgrain ribbon. And to give you an idea of how I implement it, let me show you. So in my Valentine's slow stitching book, I made a little tag here, just a collage tag, and I have it painted with the colors that coordinated. Now the only stitching on this part is just with these outline stitch. They're not part of the design. And then I used it again over here, where I tailored it to the colors of my page. And again, the only stitches were what held down the ribbon. But you can actually stitch through this as well. And so here I have the hearts, and I just echoed some of the colors. I like the way that looks. It makes it personal, and it's not a mass-produced thing. Let me just show you the simple way to do it. So now you'll need grosgrain ribbon. You can use other types of ribbon. I just happen to like this kind. It's got the ridges across, and it comes in various colors and various widths. For Valentine's Day, I like the neutrals, but there's no reason you couldn't use red or black or whatever color you wanted. So we'll start on this large piece just because it's easier to show the painting technique, and it couldn't be simpler. So I just use craft acrylic paint. I don't want a lot of toxins or fumes or anything like that. It doesn't have to be fabric paint either. And you just choose your colors. So you can see the different colors I chose here. You could add red to that mix if you want, like this. But I kind of like these somewhat non-traditional, although pink is pretty traditional. So I'll just squirt those into my pan. Then I have my ribbon, and I'll use this nice thick ribbon, and I'll just cut off a piece. You can make this as long as you want. For demonstration purposes, I'm making it here, and I'm putting a little card on the back so my paint doesn't run through the ribbon onto my fabric. Now here's how the pieces look, and the backs aren't really saturated. You can see the color, but it's not like oozing or stained. So you want to be careful with how much paint you use. You can always go back and add layers, and once the layer is dry, if you add another layer, it's less likely to stain or saturate. But I like to be careful here. So I have my paint here. My brighter pink was a little thicker, so I stirred that up with the back of a paintbrush just to get it a little smoother. Now you can sketch out your heart, or you can just draw it. I'll sketch out the first one and then just kind of paint the second heart just to show you. These hearts can be folk art, which means a little wonky or a little elongated. They can be short and fat, whatever you like for your piece. So here I'm just going to kind of sketch a heart. And the challenge with hearts is always to make them symmetrical, more or less. That looks pretty good. So we'll create that one first. I'm just going to take a paintbrush. This is a 2/0. Start with my pink, my pale pink here. And you can certainly mix colors if you'd like. And I'm just going to go around, kind of overlapping the line I drew. You don't have to do that. It's kind of a little bit of a messiness on my part, but it doesn't hurt the piece at all. And then I just try and match it on the other side. Trying to do an even coat with enough paint to coat all the ribbon, but not so much that it's unruly. And you can make just a simple heart this way. Now, if you want to, you can add a little different color. Here I'll add a little bit of red in with some pink, just to get a little bit of a gradient. And I'll swipe it up from the bottom. Again, it's not necessary, it's just something to add a little bit of interest. Clean off my brush and just kind of blend. And I can go back in with just a little red for the tip. And then I have a heart that I'm happy with. For the next heart that I'll just do freehand, I'm just going to embellish it a little further. I'll use this bright pink. So I'll get some on my brush. And I like to make a V to start out with. This kind of gives me perspective of what I'm doing. And then I make just the shoulders of the V to start to turn it into a heart. I make sure they're fairly even. And I look for an ending point and just bring it to that ending point. And I have a very basic heart. Now, this size on this ribbon can make a beautiful postage stamp. I can cut it to size and use it as if I would a fabric postage stamp. But I want to embellish this just a little bit further, and I want to keep it simple. So I'll go in there with the back of my brush, just so I can get nice even circles, and I'll just dab some circles around. And to get them evenly spaced without going through the trouble of measuring, I just divide everything in half, roughly all the time. I have one in here. And I can come in and then maybe two here, and try and match that over here, and so on. And that's how I get a very particular heart to use in my slow stitching. That's unusual because I created it myself. I didn't purchase it in a pack of stickers or anything. And it's totally optional, but it's a nice idea to have additional pieces to use in your work that are really unique. So that's how I create unique ribbon to use in my slow stitching and junk journals. It's a simple project using simple supplies, but the effects are really intriguing. It's very unique, it doesn't look commercial, and it's a very fun process to do. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. And thank you for joining me today.